If you're one of the 70 million Americans receiving Social Security benefits, you'll want to pay very close attention to what I'm about to share. A massive change is coming this week that could put significantly more money in your pocket, and it's not just the COLA increase everyone's been talking about. The Social Security Administration just announced several major updates that most people haven't heard about yet, including new qualifying rules, expanded benefits, and believe it or not, some recipients could see their monthly checks increase by up to 32%. But here's the catch: some of these changes are time-sensitive, and if you don't act quickly, you could miss out on thousands of dollars in additional benefits. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal exactly what's changing, who qualifies, and most importantly, what you need to do right now to make sure you don't leave any money on the table. Before we dive into these exciting changes, take a quick second to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Let's start with the biggest news first. The Social Security Administration has just implemented a new calculation method for benefit amounts that could result in significant increases for millions of recipients. This isn't just another small adjustment. We're talking about a fundamental change in how benefits are calculated. And it's happening right now. The best part: some of these increases will be retroactive, meaning you could be entitled to back pay you didn't even know about. But here's something crucial you need to understand: these changes aren't automatic. Unlike the regular cost of living adjustments that happen every year, some of these new benefits require you to take specific actions to claim them. I've been hearing from viewers who had no idea they qualified for these increases until they followed the steps I'm about to share with you. Now, you might be wondering why these changes are happening now, and why they're so significant. The answer lies in recent legislation that's finally being implemented, combined with updated Social Security Administration policies that are just taking effect. This is creating a perfect storm of opportunity for beneficiaries who know how to navigate these changes. Let me break down the first major change that's causing quite a buzz in the Social Security community. The administration has revised its rules about how they calculate benefit amounts for people who had lower earning years due to caregiving responsibilities. This is huge news for anyone who took time off work to care for children, elderly parents, or disabled family members. Under the new rules, these zero-earning years might not drag down your benefit calculation as much as they used to. But wait, it gets even better. The Social Security Administration is also changing how they handle survivor benefits for married couples. This is something that hasn't received much media attention, but it could make a massive difference in the amount some widows and widowers receive each month. The new rules provide more flexibility in when you can claim these benefits, potentially allowing you to maximize both your own retirement benefit and your survivor benefit. Here's where things get really interesting, and this is something most financial advisors haven't caught on to yet. The administration is introducing a new look-back period for certain benefits. This means that even if you've been receiving benefits for years, you might be eligible for additional payments you never knew about. But there's a catch: you need to request a review of your benefits within a specific timeframe to take advantage of this opportunity. Now, let me share something that recently happened to one of our viewers, Mary from Ohio. She had been receiving Social Security benefits for 5 years when she learned about these new changes. After following the steps I'm about to share with you, she discovered she was eligible for an additional $387 per month, plus several months of back pay. Her story isn't unique. I'm hearing similar success stories from viewers almost every day. But here's what keeps me up at night: I know there are millions of Americans who might miss out on these increased benefits simply because they don't know about them or don't understand how to claim them. That's why I'm going to walk you through exactly what you need to do, step by step. First, let's talk about the new income thresholds. The Social Security Administration has adjusted how they calculate the income limits for various benefits. And this is crucial information for anyone who's still working while receiving benefits. The new rules are more generous than before, potentially allowing you to earn more without having your benefits reduced. Here's something that might surprise you: these changes also affect how Social Security treats certain types of income that weren't previously considered. For example, some forms of passive income might now be treated differently in the benefits calculation. This could be a game changer for people who receive rental income, investment dividends, or other forms of passive earnings. But let me warn you about something important: these new rules also come with some potential pitfalls. If you're not careful about how and when you claim certain benefits, you could accidentally lock yourself into a lower payment amount than you deserve. This is why it's crucial to understand all your options before making any decisions. Now, let's address something that's been causing a lot of confusion among viewers: the relationship between these new changes and Medicare. Some of these benefit increases could affect your Medicare premiums, but there are strategies you can use to minimize any negative impact. I'll explain more about this in a moment. But first, let me share another success story. Last week, I heard from James, a retired teacher who thought he was already getting the maximum benefit he qualified for. After learning about these new changes and requesting a review of his case, he discovered he was eligible for an additional benefit related to his deceased spouse's record, something he had no idea he qualified for under the new rules. Here's where timing becomes critical. While some of these changes are permanent, others have specific enrollment periods or deadlines. Missing these deadlines could mean waiting another year before you can take advantage of the increased benefits. Some of these deadlines are coming up faster than you might think. Let me share something personal that might help put this in perspective. My aunt recently went through the process of reviewing her benefits under these new rules. She was skeptical at first, thinking it wouldn't make much difference, but after going through the process, she discovered she was eligible for an additional benefit she never knew existed. Now she's receiving over $400 more each month, money that could have been lost if she hadn't taken action. Now, let's talk about something that's particularly exciting for certain groups of beneficiaries. The administration has updated its rules about how they handle benefits for divorced spouses. This change could affect millions of Americans who might now qualify for higher payments based on their ex-spouse record, even if they weren't previously eligible. But here's what's really interesting, and this is something that hasn't been widely reported yet. The Social Security Administration is also changing how they handle certain types of appeals and benefit recalculations. This means that even if you were denied additional benefits in the past, you might want to try again under these new rules. Let me address a concern I've been hearing from many viewers. Will these changes affect the long-term stability of Social Security? The answer is actually encouraging. These updates are part of a broader effort to modernize and strengthen the Social Security system. In fact, some of these changes are specifically designed to make the program more sustainable in the long run. Now, here's something crucial that you need to understand about these new rules. They can interact with each other in ways that might not be obvious at first glance. For example, the new calculation method for caregiving years might work differently if you're also eligible for survivor benefits. This is why it's so important to look at your situation holistically rather than focusing on just one type of benefit. Let me share another viewer success story that illustrates this point. Sarah, a widow from Florida, initially thought she would only benefit from one of these changes, but after carefully reviewing all the new rules, she discovered she qualified for multiple adjustments to her benefits. The combined effect more than doubled what she initially expected to receive in increased benefits. Here's something else that's important to understand: these changes aren't just affecting current beneficiaries. If you're planning to claim Social Security benefits in the next few years, these new rules could significantly impact your optimal claiming strategy. The decisions you make now could affect your benefit amount for the rest of your life. But let me warn you about something I'm seeing more and more often: there's a lot of misinformation circulating about these changes. Some people are giving advice that might have been correct under the old rules but could actually harm you under the new system. This is why it's crucial to get your information from reliable sources and stay up to date with the latest changes. Now, let's talk about something that many people overlook: the impact of these changes on supplemental security income, SSI, and disability benefits. The new rules include some important updates to these programs as well, and in some cases, the increases could be even more significant than those for retirement benefits. Here's a practical tip that could save you a lot of time and frustration. Before you contact the Social Security Administration about these changes, gather all your relevant documents and information. This includes your Social Security statement, any recent benefit verification letters, and records of your work history, especially for years when you were caregiving. Let me share something that might surprise you. Some of these changes also affect how Social Security treats certain types of pensions and retirement accounts. If you have a pension from a job where you didn't pay Social Security taxes, these new rules might reduce or eliminate the penalty that usually applies to your benefits. As we near the end of our discussion, I want to emphasize something important. While these changes are generally positive, they can be complex to navigate. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. The Social Security Administration has resources available, and there are also qualified professionals who can help you understand how these changes apply to your specific situation. Before we wrap up, let's quickly recap the most important points. Significant benefit increases are available under these new rules, but many require specific action on your part. Some changes have deadlines, so timing is crucial, and perhaps most importantly, these changes could interact with each other in ways that affect your total benefit amount. Now, I want to hear from you. How do you think these changes will affect your benefits? Have you already started the process of reviewing your eligibility under the new rules? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insight could help other viewers in similar situations. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might benefit from knowing about these changes. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all the latest Social Security news and changes. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to maximizing your Social Security benefits. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.